Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Thrive in 5 podcast. It has been a hot minute since I recorded a podcast episode, so I hope I've done this right. I've turned my microphone on right and all that. I remembered how to do this. We shall see, shan't we? We shall see. I have, as I've just said, had a little time away from work. I have just come back from a week's holiday skiing. I'd love to say that I'm feeling really well rested, but skiing is honestly one of those holidays where that isn't necessarily the case. It has been quite tiring. I've done a huge amount. I have skied quite hard. I have sparred quite hard in the afternoon as well. I have après skied pretty hard as well. Not that hard. It's been a lot of like chilled glasses of wine in the bar, if I'm honest. But I've had a really, really lovely break. While I'm not necessarily feeling well rested and getting back into work has been a little bit of a struggle, I feel like I have really lived this week. I feel like I have properly lived and just been fully myself. I have been switched off from work in a way that I haven't for a really long time. This is the first holiday where I've taken real time away from work, I think since I left my corporate job back in 2022. So normally when I go on holiday, I end up working pretty much during the day as normal. I might move a few bits around, but I will normally end up doing, a lot of client work during the day. I will tend to do less social media stuff than I normally would, but I end up doing a lot of client work. I end up doing a lot of bits in terms of like individual client plans and stuff, client contact, client chat, check-ins and progress reviews and things like that. But I'll also end up doing all of my like marketing work. I'll end up doing a load of system work, and I will end up pretty much working a full normal working week, maybe with just less calls. That's normally the only thing that looks different. But this holiday, I made the very conscious choice to spend some time fully switching off. For one, skiing is quite a difficult holiday to work. It's not like when I've been like abroad. Obviously, I was skiing abroad, but when I've been on like beach holidays and stuff where you can work, or when I've done like self-catering holidays where it's really easy to work, skiing, it's very hard to work when you're shooting down a mountain with 2 bits of plastic stuck to your feet. You have to be pretty focused on the task at hand. So I made the very deliberate choice to move some of my client bits around to the back end of the week. So I worked a little bit at the start of the week. I did a lot of work the week before I left, and now have a lot of work to do when I've got back. But I did that deliberately so I could switch off for a good sort of 5 days last week. And as I say, it's the first time I've done that in a really long time. I cannot remember the last holiday where I properly switched off for that amount of time. And it was so needed because I could sense that I was drifting towards a little bit of burnout. And I'm going to talk in tomorrow's episode about when I did hit burnout, because it's happened a couple of times and it's been pretty dramatic. Let me tell you, there's some good stories there. But I could feel as I went into this last week that I was drifting towards burnout. And this week has really proven to me and demonstrated to me how important it is to rest so that I can be the best version of myself for my clients. That's something that's incredibly important to me. And being burnt out doesn't help anybody. But the fact is, the rest that you need can look very different to different people. I was incredibly physically active while I was away. I have one of those Aura rings that tracks my steps and my heart rate and my sleep and my recovery. And it was screaming at me by the end of the week to sit the fuck down, basically. It was like, Amy, sit down, you're knackered. I skied pretty much every day. And there was one day where I did ski every day. I even skied the day that we didn't ski very much. I still skied every day. I walked a lot when I wasn't skiing. I skied really hard because when I'm with Harry, my partner, he's a bad influence. And he's always like, let's keep going. So I skied very hard. We didn't have a lot of rest. I also ate whatever I wanted. I kind of really enjoyed my food while I was away. It was Austrian food, so a lot of bacon and pork and potatoes and just delicious, wholesome, hearty food. I've never had so much beef consommé in my life. Our hotel did beef soup every single night. I drank quite a lot. My parents are bad influences, so we had a lot of wine at après ski and in the hotel. I went to the sauna and sat in the hot tub a lot. I read a lot of books and I completely switched my brain off. I really took a step back from work Amy and just went and was life Amy. And I talk to so many professional women who hit burnout. As I say, it's something that's happened to me and I will talk about that. And the reason that we hit burnout, the reason that I hit it in the past, is that as professional women, it's very easy to put everybody else first and to never actually take the time to take care of yourself properly. We end up putting work first, we end up putting our families first, our partners first, the house and life admin and all of that stuff. And we find it very difficult, and it's something that I still, am working on, we find it very difficult to spend time on ourselves outside of work. And for me, health and fitness is a massive part of that. For me, it's a really big way that I do spend time on myself outside of my job, because it forces me to, have to be switched on in the moment. But it's not the only part of taking care of yourself outside of work. There is so much more to life than dieting and exercising and working. Like, life is about so much more than eat, sleep, gym, repeat. There is a lot of living to do out there, and that week, that is exactly what I did last week. I went out and I lived. I had such a blast. I was so present and at peace and happy and just myself. I was just fully living, and I am now buzzing to be back because I had that chance to rest. And I'm especially buzzing to be back because we have just launched the More to Life program. The More to Life program is a coaching program that I have built for professional women. It's made by professional women, that's me, and it's all about helping women to lose weight, keep that weight off, but also to live their lives. Your whole life doesn't need to be about dieting. If you want to find out more, do check out my Instagram. There is a bunch of information about it on there. The link to find out more is also in my bio, not in my bio, in the episode description for this episode, so go check that out. And you can also pop me a message on WhatsApp if you want to get any more information. The link to my WhatsApp is also in the episode description. Let's chat. Tomorrow I will tell you all about my dramatic burnout experiences, because there have been some fun ones. Until then, I will catch you tomorrow.